Hi guys, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a great day. Today I am working on an apartment in Evergreen Harbor. It's one of the ones that's in the upper left district. I'm not exactly sure what that district is called, but it is the Stone Street apartment number 3. I have not worked with any of these apartments yet, so I thought it would be nice to work on one and see how it comes out. For the main living space, I don't think I changed the layout. I just more or less fixed the bedroom situation because this was only a 1-bedroom apartment, but it was a huge bedroom. So I was actually able to split it into 2 bedrooms and tuck the bathroom over into the corner next to the kitchen. And then I used a half wall to divide the kitchen space from the living space. I really like the use of half walls because they help with that division without completely closing off the rooms, and so I think they're a nice touch. For this build, I used obviously a ton of the items that came from the Eco Lifestyle pack. I think the furniture is absolutely beautiful, and from a builder's perspective, like if you're a builder and you don't have this pack, you need to buy it for real. The items are gorgeous. I have not played a ton with the actual gameplay aspect of the pack, just because I don't play a whole lot anymore, but I definitely recommend it for the build buy items. Right now I'm working on the cabinets in the kitchen, and I do go with these Jungle Adventure cabinets because they are one of my favorite. And then I swapped the spot here where the cabinets are because I wasn't sure if I wanted the stove here or in the middle by that other wall, and I do end up moving the stove and scooting this cabinet over and sticking the fridge over here, and then I put a little dining table under the window there with 4 chairs. Later I do come back in and put in a high chair because I do decide to put a toddler bed in this, although I did not put in a toddler potty, so you're gonna have to squeeze one of those in somewhere. There's not room in the bathroom with the current bathroom layout, so you might have to put it in the kids' bedroom. I know that's kind of weird like in real life, but in The Sims I don't think they mind so much. Right here I thought about lowering the cabinets because I wasn't sure if I liked how high they were. And in the end, I decided not to do that because they looked way too close to the counters. So I put some open shelves on the end and I cluttered those with I think I put a picture and some plants and a couple other decorations. You'll see it here in a while. I got to use the new table from the recent update, but I don't use oh, never mind. I guess I delete that table. My bad, you guys. I totally thought that I used it. I know that I've been trying to use it lately and it hasn't been fitting in, and I guess I thought this was going to be the time that it worked. If you haven't noticed yet, I am going for a strong fall theme throughout this house, so lots of oranges, and I do end up using some green here and there because I am really liking green lately. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a terrible color anyways, but for some reason it's speaking to me a lot lately. But right now we're just pulling out some clutter and we're gonna pop it up onto these shelves, and then I think from there we head into the bathroom. I skipped the living room for now because I wasn't sure yet how I wanted to lay it out, so I actually do that last of all the rooms, so that's okay. I like how it comes out in the end, so I'm okay with doing it last. In the kids' room, I put in the dollhouse and a bookshelf and a violin, but I don't have too many other skill building items in here other than that. I do end up putting the Don't Wake the Llama table in the living room, and originally I had thought about using one of the kids' craft tables, so you could swap that out and put that in instead if you think that you'll get better use out of it. I just like to try to use some objects from time to time that I rarely ever use, and the Don't Wake the Llama table is one of those things that I've maybe used it twice in my own gameplay, and so sometimes it's nice to force myself to use items that I don't normally use. Overall, I keep this apartment pretty neutral, and what I mean by that is I really didn't think too much about the type of Sims that I thought might live here, so I don't personalize it very much to any sort of like career or anything like that. So you guys will have liberty to replace the items as you see fit and put in what kind of sim that you think would live here. So change anything you need to, okay? It's totally fine. I don't mind. There's no computer. I do put in a TV. Knowing me, there's probably not a stereo, but at this moment I really cannot remember. But there's probably not because I always forget them. It is what it is. I don't know why. I never think of them. I really love using these dividers and sticking them in the half walls. I think they're so pretty and I've been doing that a lot lately. I really haven't seen anybody else doing that either and I don't know why. I think it's such a unique thing to do. I don't know. But here's the bathroom, and it's my standard 2x3 layout with a tub shower combo, a toilet, and a sink. And I do pop in a couple of floating shelves that I put some clutter on. Oh, make sure you turn on the Move Objects cheat because I had to raise a lot of these items with the 9 key, and so if you don't enable that cheat when you place this lot down, those items are going to disappear out of the build, and you don't want that. So make sure you turn that on, and that's bb.moveobjects space on, and I'll write that somewhere in the description or something if I remember to. But I get the towels and this basket of like lotions and soaps, and I put in a picture frame on this as well as the toothpaste and I think a plant. I can't remember, but we're gonna find out in a moment. And then that's basically it for the bathroom. I know I put the robe as well as a towel on this wall over here between the toilet and the shower, and I put down one of those rugs that has the what's it called? It looks like lattice or something. I can't think of what it is right now, but you'll see it. And then after that, I think we head into the master bedroom, I want to say. I think we do the kids' room second. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we go into the master bedroom, and I use a lot of like minty greens in there. That is what I'm totally vibing with right now, and the bedroom comes out so nice and cozy looking. Like I would love to have it. I used this wall paneling or this wood paneling in here like in the living room, and I used the bed from the Eco Pack, and this swatch is my favorite. I love it so much. I use more of these leaf wall divider things behind the bed, and I did this in another one of my builds too, but unfortunately I don't think I recorded that other house. And then I get a dresser in here and a bunch of clutter on the dresser. I tried putting in a chair, but I didn't think that there was going to be room to get between the chair and the bed to get to this left side of the bed. So I end up deleting the chair and going for a plant, I think. And then I use the shoe rack that has the women's shoes. Right here I thought about merging these two curtains, but you can see right there where the green is clipping through the orange, and I didn't like that, so I deleted it. And I probably could have used two of these like narrower curtains. That probably would have looked nice there on that window actually, but there you can see I'm trying so hard to make a chair work, and I go with this plant in the end. And yeah, there's not a whole lot else in here. I keep it pretty neutral, like I said. No, not very much personality. So you guys will have to fix that to whatever kind of Sims you move into this lot. And then What else? Oh, these packages. I really liked these. I thought maybe they looked like, you know how in movies when they go shopping at like higher end ritzy kind of places and they leave with like their items in really pretty packaging like that. That's what these kind of reminded me of, and I thought that that would be a neat idea to pretend like it was new clothing or hats or something that they had just purchased rather than it being gifts. That's also an item that I never use, so I went for it. Right now I'm looking for end tables, and I always use the ones from Seasons because I love them, but I end up going with these ones from Get to Work, and I don't think I have ever used those. I'm not even sure if I've ever noticed them. They're not generally my style, and I usually just scroll right past them, but I think they work really nicely with the rest of this furniture in the room, and so I used them. So kids room, I love this toddler bed and I use it every chance that I get. I think it is so pretty. I use the bear chair. I forgot to put in a nightlight, the ones that scare away the monsters. I probably should go back in and fix that, but this is already on the gallery, so you guys may just want to do that yourselves. But I made room in here for a toddler and a child, or maybe it's a toddler and a teen. It took me a while to figure out what kind of wallpaper I wanted, and I really liked this one, but I thought it matched the child bed too much, so it wasn't working for me. I end up using the one with like the bunch of circles on it, this one. I changed the color a couple more times and then I settle on the orange and brown. I really liked the pink and gray, and I might have to use that in another build. Again, I think that is another thing that I've never used. And I put a toy box in here and a bookshelf, dollhouse. I actually used the cardboard dollhouse from the new pack, and that's another thing I'm not sure if I've used yet. Maybe once. Because normally I go for this one. I like how it's just your typical traditional dollhouse. I moved it to the living room originally thinking that I would have it out there so that I could put a desk in here, but I do put it back in here and I add some clutter to this shelf. I really love Yarny. I think it is so cute, and so I put one in here. And I grab out these little dolls from the Jungle Adventure pack. I don't know what those are. I've never played with them in games, so like they're normal dolls that your Sims can use, right? Or are they collectibles? I really don't know. I imagine they're toys because I think they do show up in the toy sort, but I'll have to get in game and play with that. When I play tested the lot, I did not have any kids in the lot. It was just whatever woman was living in this apartment at the time. I had MC Command Center installed and it had moved somebody in, and I just used her real quick to test things around the build. So right here we're in the living room, and originally I have the living room set up facing this way, and I end up moving the couch so that it's directly in front of the TV, and I add a few chairs, and I put the really nice fireplace that we just got with this on that wall right there. But then I find the beautiful industrial looking bookshelf that came with Eco Lifestyle, and I had to use it, but it didn't have any room. So I completely flipped the living room, faced everything the opposite way, and I put the fireplace on the wood wall, and I put the industrial shelf where the fireplace currently is, and I think that that worked out really well, and I'm actually very pleased with it. It kind of makes this back half of the room like a reading nook, and I love that. I love books and I love to read, and I would love to have that space in real life. So yeah, right here is when I swap everything, and I end up adding an ottoman behind the couch just for a little bit more seating that doesn't take up too much space. And right here, I'm raising that bookshelf and placing it into the wall because I wanted it to look like maybe they were built into the wall, but I do end up changing that later and sticking the bookshelf back out onto the floor. And there's the Don't Wake the Llama table. That would be a perfect place for you to put the drawing table if you'd rather have a drawing table or a desk or maybe a piano or something. And then it took me a little while to find some artwork to fit this space right here because I really wanted to use this, but it was too big and it looked ridiculous sized down. And like, can we be honest for a minute? I hate this window, this tiny little square window. I hate it. I don't know why they put it there. I think it's ugly. We don't have any curtains that go over it nicely, and uh, I wish I could change it. I really do. But it is what it is. I can't change that. I end up going with this painting that I don't use very often, and I actually always forget that we have that painting because I think the main swatch when you're looking through the menu is something completely different, and it doesn't always fit the build that I'm working on, so I don't always flip through the different swatches. And I actually might have found it because I think I had sorted by color. I had selected red and orange for fall colors, and that painting popped up and I thought it fit the space nicely. So we go for it. And then here in a moment I'm going to be looking for some of the fall decorations from Seasons, I think, to put on the wall here above the door and on either side of the main door. And I put a rug over here. This is where we're finding the ottoman. I go with this one from the bowling pack just because I thought that it kind of fit the aesthetic of the other furniture style. And I don't do a whole lot with that little hallway. I do end up putting a fishbowl over there, and that's it. Here's the high chair. I thought about putting in some food bowls for an animal, but in the end I decided not to do that. But you guys could totally do that if you want to. And then right here, I do put in another toy box. I size it down and I tuck it in. I have no clue if that works. I don't know if the kids can get to that or not, but luckily there is that other toy box in their bedroom, so they'll be perfectly fine. Right here I use that fence. I think it's for like window shopping or something, whatever it's called, but it was clipping through the rug and I really didn't like that. So I decided to sacrifice the rug because I knew that I'd rather have that division of the two floors there. It was unfortunate because I really liked the rug there, but you guys can delete that little fence thing if you want to and put a rug back in, or ignore the item clipping through. And then right here I'm getting ready to look for the calendar that came from Cats and Dogs, and I'm typing in calendar, it's not coming up, so I sort through Cats and Dogs and I look everywhere, and finally, of all places, I find it in the picture sort. I have no clue why it was in the picture sort. You would think that it would just be in wall decoration with the other calendars, but in case anybody needs to find it, it's in the picture sort. Right now we're getting the Parenthood notes out of the debug menu and I'm sticking them on the fridge. And then I think we pop back into the kids' bedroom real quick to add a couple last minute things. And then after that, I believe we're all done. So thank you all so much for watching. This is on the gallery if you'd like to download it. My origin ID is Mave329 and I'll have that written in the description down below. Alright, you guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!